And so the Tao teaches that there are three treasures: simplicity, patience, and compassion. And the first of these is simplicity. And the Tao is all about paradox, the opposite of. So simplicity teaches us that we have enough, and we are enough already on the inside. And when the awareness of that remembrance dawns, we don't need so much on the outside. It's nice if it comes, it's nice if it's there, but we don't need it. It's often the opposite of how we think about our culture. We want more, yes, we're supposed to have our goals, and we're supposed to get more. In real estate, we have starter houses, which implies a bigger house is coming. There's always something more, something larger, something bigger, something better around the corner. And simplicity from the Tao dismantles that notion and asks, what have you on the inside? How are you rich on the inside? What is breathing you? What is growing you? What is cultivating you? What makes you rich on the inside? Because as we become rich on the inside, we don't need so much on the outside. It's nice, but we don't need it. We're already full. How would we live? What would we do? How would we be if we really remembered that we're enough already, just as we are? Listen to what Henry David Thoreau taught about simplicity. I love a broad margin to my life. A broad margin. Our lives are fritted away by detail. Fritted away by detail. Seek simplicity. Our second treasure is patience. Oh. My favorite chapter in the Bhagavad Gita is when Arjuna wants to pluck the fruit before it's ripe. Yes? How many of us want to do that? Like, oh, but I know what I want and when I want it. Yes, don't we? Don't we do that? Yes? A Tao story. A traveler through the mountains came upon an elderly gentleman who was busy planting a tiny almond tree. Knowing that almond trees take many years to mature, he commented to the man, "It seems odd that a man of your advanced age would plant such a slow-growing tree." And the old man replied, "I like to live my life based on two principles. One is that I will live forever. And the other is that this is my last day." Einstein said, remember that beautiful saying by Einstein, there are only two ways to live your life, as if nothing were a miracle or as if everything were a miracle. So this treasure teaches us something really important. It teaches us that we are a part of the fabric of creation. And that we only need do our part. This elderly man is planting a seed that will grow a tree that will not come to fruition in his lifetime. Can we be happy just being a step in the process? Can we be happy just playing our part? Can we be happy being our little place in the orchestra? Can we be happy being a piece of the puzzle? The corner piece of the finished quilt. This is beautiful. Can we be happy just being a part of, knowing that we are full already? So we offer our part with fullness and joy and beauty and wonder, and it's just one thread in the tapestry. It's just one piece of the puzzle. It's just one instrument in the orchestra. It's just one note in the song. But the puzzle, the orchestra, the tapestry would not be what it is without our part. And so the Tao teaches us that there's a natural rhythm to all things. A planting, a cultivating, and a harvest. And sometimes we're part of planting, sometimes we're part of cultivating, and sometimes we're part of harvesting in the cycles of our life. So patience teaches us all is well. Step back, take a deep breath. It's all unfolding as it should. Just do your part. Just offer your note. And the last treasure is compassion. When we have an awareness that we are enough, when we have an awareness that we are part of the fabric of life, compassion opens. So again, the paradox, the more compassion that we give out, the more it creates. It's like paying it forward. So we are the seed of compassion, and we don't even know the tree that is going to grow. This is why the Bhagavad Gita says, just do your part and release attachment to outcome. Be the love that you are, give all of it away, and it will multiply 100-fold. Compassion. And the last Tao story. There was a man that was so afraid that the sight of his own shadow and the sound of his footsteps that he ran away from them. But the more he ran, the faster the footsteps sounded after him, the more swiftly his shadow followed behind. Falling into panic, he ran faster and faster until he finally died of exhaustion. He didn't realize that if he'd only stopped running, what he feared would stop chasing him. Resting in the shade of the tree would make the shadow disappear and the footsteps cease. What we resist persists. So the Tao invites us to embrace all of us, our fear, our tendency to grasp, our tendency to have too much. Embrace it all, and in that moment, it disappears. Because in that moment, we have loved ourselves enough, and compassion has become enough. I have only 3 things to teach: simplicity, patience, and compassion. Amen.
Amen.